Hey guys, welcome to this Amazon seller video. My name is Richard and in this video we'll be talking all about keyword research. But before we dive into keyword research, I wanted to quickly mention a couple of things about why it's important to do keyword research and how Amazon search engine kind of uses the keywords inside your listing to determine where to position your listing. When it comes to deciding where to position your product listing in the Amazon search results, the Amazon search engine considers several things. So number one, it looks at the relevancy of your listing, i.e. how relevant your product listing is to the search term that the customer is providing. And this is where the keywords and keyword research becomes very important. Next, the Amazon search engine is looking at click-through rate, as in how many times or how many people actually click into your listing from the search results. So when you get loads of search results displayed of several different listings, how many people actually click on yours as opposed to clicking on other people's listings? And the percentage of that counts towards your click-through rate. So the higher the click-through rate, the better chances are of your product being positioned further up in the search results, and obviously the higher your product will rank on the Amazon search catalog or the search engine. And number three is looking at the conversion rate. So out of all those people that have clicked into your listing, how many of them are actually buying your product? So this is probably one of the most important things, because Amazon really mainly cares about sales, because that's where they make money, right? So if your product sells, they make money and you make money. So that's the very important part of it. And all of these things kind of work together. So this is why it's very, very important to get your keyword research right, so that you can give the Amazon search engine the best chances to find your listing. And the better job it does at finding your listing, the more chance you have of your listing being visible to the consumer, to the person searching the Amazon catalog or looking for something to buy on the Amazon website. I'm sure as an Amazon seller, there have been times where you've looked at the search results and you thought, what have those guys at the top of the search results got that I don't have? How come their listing is coming up on the first page right at the top and my listing is somewhere, at the bottom of page 7 or not even there at all? Or wouldn't it be great to, to see what keywords are super relevant to my product and that could position my product at the top of the search results? In this video, I'm actually going to show you how you can take those product listings that are at the top of the search results, so like your competitors' products, and see what keywords they're using to get their products to the top. And not just what keywords they're using, but which keywords that they're using are actually converting, which keywords are actually generating sales for them, and which keywords are actually, customers using to find their product. And those are the keywords that you should be using in your listing. By the way, if this is one of my first videos that you're watching, please don't forget to subscribe and enable bell notifications, so that way you won't miss out on any new content that I post. Okay, so this is the Amazon consumer website. We're just going to do a quick search for products so that we can use it as an example in our keyword research. So let's choose something kitchen utensil set. Okay, so let's pretend this is our product that we're launching, or it's an existing product that we have, and we want to get some more keywords for it, or we want to research the keywords so that we can use it in our product listing. Okay, so straight away, let's have a look at the search results so that we can better understand what we're seeing here. So these four results at the top, they're the sponsored search results. So these are PPC adverts. We're going to ignore these for now because we don't know what stats they have, or how good keywords they have, or how relevant they are, because they are positioned there at the top because people are paying for it. So we don't really want to look at this. But these four over here are the top best products for this search term because they are positioned at the top. So, and also if we have a look at the BSR for these products, we can see straight away here, it's like kitchen tongs, number 2, kitchen racks, number 1, cooking spoons, number 2, right? They're all highly ranking products. Home and kitchen, they're ranking in the early thousands, right? So it's not too bad. Kitchen tongs and gadgets, number 200. So they're fairly highly ranked. So they're obviously doing very, very well. And that's why they're positioned at the top. And then further down, we can see we've got some Black Friday deals. Again, that we can ignore because those are there because people have paid for deals and stuff like that. And we can then see some other products down here. So if we pretend that our product looks similar to this, right? We're going to take this one as our example. What we'd want to do first is we want to figure out what keywords these products here are using to rank so high in all of these categories, right? They're not just ranking high for this particular search term, but they're ranking high in their category. So we want to know what keywords they're using. So apart from this search term that we used here, kitchen utensil set, what other keywords they're using to sell their product. And out of all those keywords that they're using, which keywords are actually converting to sales? So that's the important thing. Once we can figure out which keywords they're ranking highly on and which keywords they're converting sales on and which one of their keywords are frequently searched by customers, then we can pick out those keywords and use those ones in our listing. So we can only pick out the best ones. We don't want all of their rubbish keywords that they might not be ranking for. We just want to grab everything good that they are ranking for, okay? And a very quick way to do this is to use the Helium 10 X-ray. Okay, so if we click into our Helium 10 extension up here and then click on X-ray, it's gonna launch the Helium 10 X-ray tool. So this is now gonna take the search results here and analyze them and bring back all sorts of good stats like the revenue that they're generating every month, the price of their product, how much FBA fees they're paying, where they're positioning in terms of BSR, and all sorts of things like, you know, their sales charts. So we can have a look at things like seasonality to see at which point was this product selling better, when was it launched. We can click on the all time and see, you know, is this a new product or has it been around for years? So we can see this one here is launched on 1st of September 2019, did really good up until beginning of February by the looks of it, end of January, and then it dropped and it didn't sell at all until June, July. So I'm presuming this guy ran out of stock, restocked, and it bounced back up. Okay, so we can analyze all sorts of things, but for this video, we're going to stick to keyword research so that don't waste too much of your time. Okay, so first thing we're going to do, we're going to rearrange the output by revenue. And the reason I want to do this is because I want to see which one of these products is making the most money. Okay, if they're making loads of money, that means they're positioned highly in loads of different search terms, not just for this search term that we used here, but they're probably positioning at the top for many other search terms. So that's what we're interested in. Okay, so straight away we can see, okay, well, this is kitchen knives. It's completely unrelated to us, so we're going to ignore it. This is quite similar, right? It's got a different picture, but it's pretty much the same thing. Again, this is kitchen knives, so we're not going to choose it. Another one, which is very similar to ours, ignore it. Kind of similar, not really, because it doesn't have the rack and it doesn't have all the other things. So we're going to ignore that. Yes, this one as well. And what we can do, we're going to pick up, we're going to select like 10 or so of these ASINs, right, for these products, because we want a big comparison. We want loads of products, because if we just choose one, then we only get data from one product. If we choose loads, we can sift through the data and get the best ones from all of them. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, let's choose 9 for now. And what we can do from here, we can run it straight into Helium 10 Cerebro. Cerebro is the Helium 10 reverse ASIN lookup tool. This is one of my favorite tools to use from Helium 10 when I'm doing anything like keyword research, or I'm doing keyword research for, you know, PPC campaign, new product, or if I'm researching products to see which products are selling well, if I'm looking for a new product to buy, or any research on Amazon, I always go through Helium 10, but Cerebro is particularly good at getting keywords very, very quickly. And I'll show you right now just how quick it is. Okay, so once we click on run in Cerebro, it's going to take those ASINs straight into Helium 10, and it's going to run a search on them to bring back the keywords and the search terms that these products are indexed for and are ranking for in the Amazon search engine. Now that we've got all of those there, as I said, you could select up to 10 here. And sometimes, let's say, for example, if you only selected one and you want to add some more ASINs, a very quick way to do it is to click on the Get Competitors, and it's going to launch a little window here full of competing products that are relevant to the product that we've selected. Yeah, very, very similar ones. And then from here, you can just quickly select, say, oh, actually, I also wanted this one because it's really similar to mine. And it tells you now 10 out of 10 selected, so you can't choose anymore. And you close this one and it automatically adds it here. So then you can just rerun your search and get more keywords in. Okay, so once it brings back all the search results, we can see down here that it's brought back like 14,000 and a half keywords, right? We don't want this many. So we're going to filter it down. Over here on the right side, you can also see the word frequency, which is really, really useful when you're building a new listing. Here you can see which words you should be using in your title. So when it comes to using your keywords, you should use the best ones in your product title and your product feature bullet points. Then leave the rest for your A+ text or for your description text or your hidden keywords. So like all the junk that's left over that you don't want anyone to see, like misspelled words, or you save all that stuff and you put it inside your hidden keywords. So say kitchen, set, utensil, utensils, utensil are the most frequently used ones in all of these searches. You can also see things like Joseph, which is obviously a brand. So we want to get rid of that, and I'll show you how to do that in a minute. Okay, so before we go any further, let's narrow down these search results, because we can't use this many in our listing, and we probably don't want to. A lot of these might be rubbish because over time, seasoned products will pick up and start ranking for loads of keywords that they might not even be relevant. What we want to do straight away is we want to narrow down the search volume. Okay, we don't want any keywords or any search terms that have got a really low monthly search volume. Basically, we want search terms that are highly searched for. So here we're going to say, okay, don't give me anything less than 500. If there's less than 500 searches per month, we don't want to see it. We're going to leave the Cerebro IQ score because this is a score calculated by Cerebro to determine how valuable the keyword is. And you can go by it, but we're just not going to use it in this example. Position rank is basically saying where in the search results is this search term positioned for this particular product. So like if it's positioned number 1, that means it's right at the top in the first spot of the search results. And those are the kind of keywords that are very valuable. Okay, so we'll say, okay, position rank. We want to see keywords that are position rank between 1 and maximum, let's say 100. We don't want anything out of 100 because that's like on page 5 and we don't really care about those keywords. Word count, this is how many words in the phrase that's used. Obviously, the more word count, the more narrow it is. So if you're looking for like a really narrow niche, you can put the word count up to like 4 or 5. But for now, 2 is fine. Match type you can leave, because this is things like if you want to look for sponsored ads in particular, or you want to look for Amazon ranking in particular rather than your organic ranking, then you can play around with those. But we're going to leave that for now. Other things over here, like I said, sponsor rank, you can ignore that. Amazon recommended rank, you can ignore that as well for now. You can play around with those later, but for now we're not going to look at them. Ranking competitors is another very commonly used advanced filter that I use a lot, at least, is where you can, if you take like 10 competitors, you can say, okay, bring me back keywords that, at least 2 of these competitors are using in their listing. And then I can see which of these keywords or which of these search phrases are really useful. So for example, this will get rid of a lot of brands, for example, and it will bring back a lot more consistent results. So if like more than 2 people, more than 2 products are using the same search term and they're making money on the same search term, that means it must be a very good search term, right? And that's the kind of thing we want. Okay. For now, we're going to leave it because sometimes it narrows down the search results by a lot. So we want to keep probably around a couple hundred search terms or phrases so that we can use them in our product listing. And here you can also include specific keywords and exclude some. So this is good for getting rid of brands. So remember we said here that things like Joseph is highly used. So here we can say, okay, ignore Joseph. Okay, we're going to leave Joseph there so that our search results don't contain anything with Joseph. Okay, so we're going to apply this now. So this is hopefully going to narrow down our filtered keywords. Okay, so now we only got 117, right? So this is probably a pretty good amount of keywords to have for your product listing. You can increase these results. You can say, well, okay, let me change this search volume to 100 because maybe I want to use some keywords that are less popular or less frequently searched for, and then this brings back like 400 because there might be things that, like for example here, colored kitchen utensils, it might apply to your listing and therefore you might want to keep it even though it's only got 117 searches per month. It's got a very low competing products, so it might be a good one. Competing products is basically how many products are indexed or ranked for this search term. So if you find a keyword that's got like 5 competing products but a massive search volume, then you know it's a really good search term and you want to be in on it. Okay, so here we can change the ranking competitors and see how this is going to affect the search results. We're just going to put it 2 to say only show me search terms and keywords that at least 2 of these products are ranking for. And now it's like there's 300 of these search terms here that at least 2 or more of these products here, of these ASINs here, are ranking for. Okay, so straight away we know that it's not just one of these that is hitting this keyword by luck. At least 2 of them are hitting it. Okay, so now we've got like 314 search terms. We still might need to remove some because they might be brands or they might be completely, irrelevant to us. So for example, blue kitchen utensils. If our product is not blue, we want to exclude the color blue. So for example, here, I want to get rid of blue and pink, right? Or whatever, any color that you might want to remove that is not relevant to your product. Okay, we apply that and that's probably going to drop a few results from there. Okay, 10 gone. So now it's only 400. And then you can go through this quickly and just sift through and say, okay, is there anything else here that we might want to remove? Things like brands that just, stuck by that we don't want to use in ours or anything else. No, this is looking pretty good. And then next thing you can do is you can rearrange it by position rank. And again, just do the same. This is a quick way of getting rid of things that you don't want in your keywords, right? So if it's ranked really highly, but it's a brand name, then you want to get rid of it. Or if your utensils are not silicon, you probably want to get rid of silicon, right? If you've got like bamboo utensils, and you don't want the search term silicon in it because it's going to rank your product for the wrong term, and that's actually going to work negatively for you. If Amazon sees that you are coming up for a search term that your product is not, so for example, if you're ranking for toilet plunger and your product is kitchen utensil set, when people search for toilet plunger, they find a kitchen utensil set, they're not going to buy it, right? One is they're not going to click into it, so your click-through rating is going to drop. And 2, obviously, there's going to be no conversion rating. And even if they click inside your listing, they're going to go straight out. So Amazon is going to mark you down negatively and your BSR might suffer because of it. So therefore, you don't want to rank for things that are not relevant to your product. The other thing you want to bear in mind here is the 8-day giveaways. Okay, I know we're not doing giveaways, but this gives us a really good indication of how many products these listings are selling in 8 days, right? So this one kitchen utensil set for the product that we're looking at here is only selling around 8 units in 8 days, right? Whereas something like silicone utensils is converting a lot more, right? They're doing about 24 in 8 days. So obviously the higher the number here, the more they're turning over in 8 days. Therefore, the more sales they're generating on that particular keyword. So that straight away, you know that silicone kitchen utensils is generating a lot of sales, right? So you might want to be into it. And what you can do here, you can again rearrange the results and bring those higher converting keywords to the top. But there, for example, here we can see a kitchen utensil set. They're doing like 448 units in 8 days, right? So this is obviously a very valuable keyword, and you definitely want to have it in your title, right? Also things like silicone spatula, kitchen utensils, right? These are all really, really highly converting keywords, and those are the ones you want to make sure that you include, right? For example, wooden sticks is probably irrelevant to you, and what you'd want to do here is just say, look, I want to take this out of the search results, anything to do with wooden sticks, right? The other thing you might want to have a look at is the ranking competitors. So this tells us how many of the competing products that we entered, the 10 products that we entered, how many of them are using this search term, okay? So if we rearrange this by competing products, right? These keywords at the top now, these are the ones that most of those guys, 9 out of 10 are using, right? So therefore, we definitely want to be using these. In fact, you can say, if you want to narrow this further down, you can say, okay, ranking competitors, I want it at least 5 to get rid of all the like small stuff. But I find it sometimes if you put the ranking competitors too high, you might miss out on some really good keywords. So I would stick to having this at 2, and this will still give you a pretty good list. If you do want to narrow it further down, you can go in by something like the 8-day giveaway to see which one of these products is not generating any sales at all, for example. So if we rearrange this, we can see like these products here are not generating many sales. So you might want to get rid of them. You might also have a look at the search volume and say, well, look, I can see that anything that generates sort of, 100 to 200 searches per month, right? Anything under 500 really is not generating too many sales. And if we then rearrange this again, we can see that in these top sellers, none of them are really in searches below 600, right? So then you can say, okay, well, I've changed my mind. I want to change this search volume to something like 500, just to get rid of all the search terms that are not that relevant to me. And then when you're left with these results, if you still want to get rid of anything like tea, coffee, sugar set, right? If that's not related, just click on the X and it will just remove it. Okay, so now you are left with like 89 high quality, high converting keywords that you can use in your product listing. So that is how you can conduct keyword research very, very quickly and very effectively. As you see, it took me something like 10 minutes to find these really, really high quality keywords that you can then use in your product listing or your PPC campaign. By the way, if you're thinking about getting Helium 10 tools, I would definitely highly recommend it. It's certainly my favorite tool to use for keyword research or PPC campaigns or product listing optimization or anything like that. It saves a ton of time. It's super fast, it's super effective, and definitely worth the investment. If you do want to get the tools, I have my affiliate link in the comments box. Feel free to use it. It will give you 50% discount on the subscription. You don't have to use it. You can go straight to Helium 10 website and sign up from them. But if you use my link, it will save you a little bit of money. So once again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye for now.